Hey everybody, Glenn Hausman here, your friendly neighborhood PMS lover. And listen, I'll tell you, it has changed so much. And there's got a lot of owners out there thinking, what is actually going on with property management systems? What is their current role today? And what are some of the things that we really need to be thinking about when it comes to having a robust system that's going to help you find success at your property? That's why I found our good friend, Charlie Green over at SkyTouch Technology. Charlie, great to see you. I know people don't know it, but we're here together in person for the first time in a couple of years.
It's crazy. And I'm loving it.
Yeah.
I am loving getting to see all the folks, hear about what's going on.
Yep.
This is such an amazing time to be in this business. I am ecstatic.
Yeah, and honestly, Charlie, you're kind of in the center of it all right now because as we know, over the decades, the property management system was created for one reason and then kind of had to become all these other things. Not for you guys, because you guys came in the cloud here and were able to really create something that's addressing the needs of today. Where are we right now when it comes to property management systems in functionality that's matching the current needs of hotel owners today?
Well, you know, it's fantastic. Obviously, the PMS sits at the heart of everything that happens at the hotel. So whether it's labor and controlling the costs there for housekeeping, it's really getting back to the basics.
Mm-hmm.
When you're short on folks, everybody does a little bit more of everything, which actually is a great opportunity, you know, to think about who in the hotel wants to do something else. And with our platform, it makes it so easy to take somebody, you know, Philly from housekeeping who wants to, you know, get to the front desk. That's a great opportunity to really use those resources, give them something that they're interested in. And if you've got the right tools on your side, it's super easy to make that transition.
So what are some of the things that we should be thinking about that a PMS must have in order to bring that to light? Because honestly, with so much challenges we are having right now with labor in the hospitality industry, even if you have the greatest culture there is, you're still at risk for somebody working a super short period of time and going, oh, I'm going to go work there for another $1 an hour, right? So what are you doing to make sure people's lives are easier and they could get up to speed and not feel overwhelmed to go running out the door?
Yeah, great culture with bad tools makes bad culture.
Right.
You know, that's ultimately what it's about. And that's what we really are focused on no matter what we do, is how do I get in the mind of somebody who doesn't know the hotels, doesn't know computers. You know, thank goodness nowadays everybody knows how to browse the internet.
Yeah.
And for us, that's our core benefit, right? It's super easy to use.
Right. Oh, interesting. So what you're really saying is you're applying the lessons of the way we live our daily lives and created the system behind that. That's interesting to me because I find that there seems to be an incredible disconnect between a lot of times with the way people operate and own hotels and the way that they are going to do stuff. But then they live their lives in a completely different way and aren't doing those things in their hotels. It's a real strange dichotomy.
Well, it again goes back to the universality of the tools in the cloud. Funny story, Glenn. Yesterday, I quite literally walked my boss's second oldest child through how to walk in a guest in our system. He'd never seen the system before.
That's interesting.
And he could do it. And I do this every once in a while because I want to make sure, are we still on the right track?
Right.
Could I really pluck somebody out of the public and say, here, check in a guest?
Yeah.
And that's really where it comes to. Again, it's about doing the basic stuff and keeping it simple. And that's, if I was buying a PMS, I might be biased.
Right. You might be.
But if I'm buying a PMS, I'd really want to know if I'm going to be in a tough labor market, am I investing a lot in somebody who I don't know how long they're going to stay to get them up to speed and trained? You don't want that. And that's also an environment that people tend to fail in. If you're having to learn something difficult, not only are you worried about, am I nice to people? Do I understand, you know, where the rooms are at this hotel? But then having to learn with, you know, hard tools, that's just not a recipe for success.
Yeah, no, it is not. I love what you're saying about getting back to basics, right? And I think that's something we should all be doing in our daily lives as well as our businesses, because sometimes we start to add, and it kind of gets out of control. Take breakfast in hotels, for example, right? I was talking to one really prominent owner within the AHOA community that was saying that the brand he was working with had 42 items on that breakfast menu. Now they're getting back to basics with the brand, really stripping it down to the essential elements. It's costing them less, and they're getting more. They're getting more favorable responses for the guests. So, applying that to property management systems, what is it basics that you should really be focusing on?
Everything, everything that you should. You need to do complicated things.
Right.
This, at the end of the day, it's a complicated business, and it's different at every property.
Right.
But I like to think about, there's one thing that every person who works at a hotel can do to, increase your guest survey scores. It's called smile.
Right.
Right. If everybody smiles at you, you're going to do better. That is the most basic and fundamental thing.
Where's that button located on the PMS?
That button's right here in the heart of the user.
Oh, great answer, Charlie. But you're so right about that. We forget that it's those real simple things that make a difference. And in the hospitality industry, everyone is so great that really the only way you can make a difference is that last 1 or 2%, those little tiny details that really resonate with the people.
And we have a team of people at SkyTouch. We listen actually to our customers. We would be nothing if we didn't listen to the people that use the software that we provide, these solutions. And we have a team that they read every comment we get. And, for us, thankfully, most of the comments are very kind.
Right.
Like any business, we get all sorts of range of comments, but we love them all and we want them to keep coming. Happy face, sad faces. We want it all. And we have this team that goes through every one of those comments that we get, and they categorize and look for where can we have those little things that will, trim a little thing that irritates people.
Right.
Because every system has something that, people don't like. And we actually are able to take that view and go, boy, we're hearing from people, and we can make even just little tiny changes. And that's what I mean by getting back to basics. What are those little things that we're always focused on, the bigger pieces that we forget to do? And because this comes from our customers, it gives us an opportunity to be grounded and find those little things that really can be a big improvement in folks' lives. When you have 70,000 people using your system every day, if you saved if you saved a second for everybody that used it, I'm not good at math, but that sounds like a long time.
Yeah, it is. It sounds to me, it's like that culture of, we don't have to make revolutionary changes. We just need to be 1% better with every iteration. And before you know it, you've made massive transformation and change, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's those little things, and they add up.
Yeah. So before we wrap up, how do you keep the culture alive at SkyTouch that makes sure that you're actively listening to customers all the time? Because so many companies try to stick with it, but then they wind up adding layers of complexity, and they can become more and more separated from their customers.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. It's kind of funny you ask the question. This year at SkyTouch, we have gotten everybody in the organization is driving to one thing. That's our customer success. If we do our jobs right, our customers are more successful. We're then more successful. It all goes together. We're in this together. So our job is to keep everybody reminded, whether you are the QA technician who's testing the software before it's released, if you are, the person who answers the telephone when our customers need help and want to understand, how do I do this easier or better? Every one of those folks has a role to play in the success of our customers. And that's what we're doing is, I mentioned that we look at every comment we get. We also share that feedback back to everybody in the organization, so they know, are we hitting it in the right place, or do we need to make some improvements? So it's investing in everybody to know where you're at and know that it's important, and hearing from them and being able to implement things that they make suggestions and know how to do a little thing better. Everybody can do something that will improve the lives of our customers.
Beautiful. I love that. Charlie Green, thank you so much for talking to me today. I really appreciate it.
Hey, Glenn, great to be here. Great to see you in
Yeah.
person.
Woo-hoo.
Yay. And thank you so much. Have a great day.
Yeah, for sure. All right, everybody. We'll see you next time in another special No Vacancy News Today report. See you guys later.